everyone, welcome to Fusion Design. This is part 3 of how to draw a floor plan in AutoCAD. In part 2 we completed the hatching and the furniture placement. Today we will add text and dimensions to the floor plan. Links for both parts 1 and 2 are in the description below. The drawing part of this floor plan is now completed. What I've got left over to do now is to add in dimensions and add in the text for all of these rooms. It's quite easy to create the text, so we'll go to the annotation panel and select multi-line text. Once you clicked on that option, you have to specify a first corner and a second corner of the box where you will be typing in. And once you've drawn that box, you will see a new ribbon appear called the text editor ribbon. This text is currently at a size 2.5, but we need to make it a lot bigger because of the scale of the drawing. So we'll make the text 125. So you'll go to the style panel and in this text height box over here, type in 125 and press enter. Now the text might look normal or it might look huge like it does on my drawing. Don't worry about it, it will adjust as soon as we finish typing. So let's start and we'll type in kitchen. Once you're done, you can press close text editor. And now if you're in the same position as I am, you can simply scroll out, drag your drawing back, and you can see the kitchen text is a normal size in relation to the floor plan. Now once I've drawn the text, I can use a grip point like I've got with other objects in AutoCAD. I can select that grip point and place it in the kitchen. Now I can go through that same process again, dragging in a text box, typing in the text, or I can use the existing text that I just created for the kitchen, create multiple copies and just edit those copies. So let's do both. First, let's go to annotation, text, multi-line text. Specify the first corner and the opposite corner. Make sure that your text is 125. Press enter. Type in the next word. We'll type in lounge. And then close text editor. And I've got lounge over there. I'll move it into the lounge. And the alternative way, as I just explained, I can take the text, I can type in CO for copy, and I see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, so I'll make 5 copies of that text. And I'll just place it here to the side of my drawing. Now I can go and edit these to match the description that I need for each one of the rooms. So I'll make this one main bedroom. Once I'm done, I can close text editor, double click on the next one, select all of it and type in second bedroom. The formatting functions are similar to what you would have in another word processor. So you can highlight your text, you can make it bold, for example, or italic, or you can underline an item, you can change the size of it. So there is quite a lot of different options available to you. Close the text editor. I want to change that to third bedroom. second bathroom, and then ensuite. And now I can just use my grip points and go place it in the different rooms. So click to place, click on the grip point, and click to place. Click, use the grip point, and click to place. And the last one, the main bedroom, and escape. I've named now all of my rooms, and I can now add in my dimensions. Dimensions are located on the annotation panel, and you'll see you've got a quick dimension tool or linear. For this exercise, we're going to use linear. So click on that, and we'll start off by creating a general overall length. Click on the one corner, move your cursor, and click on the other corner. Move your cursor away from the drawing and click to place the position. You can repeat that on the left hand side, so you can type in spacebar or enter to repeat the action. Click on the corner, click on the second corner, move your cursor out and click to place. The next line of dimensions you'll see here is to indicate where the windows are positioned on the wall. So we'll choose linear, and we won't start at the beginning. We're going to start on the window edge, click the second point and move it out and click to place. You want a nice space between the overall dimension and the next dimension so that the lines and the text don't interfere with each other. If you're a very beginner, you might not see the dimensions on the drawing. You might only see lines and not see the text. The reason for this is that the dimension style has the text at a very small size in comparison to your drawing. If you're interested in learning how to set up dimension styles, let me know in the comment below and I'll add a video showing exactly how you do that. From this dimension that we've just created, we're going to use a tool called Continue. So hover over the dimension grip point and you'll see it says stretch, continue dimension, baseline dimension, and flip arrow. Hover over continue and click, and now you can see this dimension is active. I'm going to click on the next endpoint of the window, and you'll see again a dimension is created, and I can simply click to place the next point. Continue doing this for every wall endpoint and every window endpoint. The same with the door. Once you're done and you don't want to continue any further, you can press escape and you'll see the first dimension that you created where the continue dimension was active from is highlighted, so you can press escape. And the reason why I didn't start with the dimension from this edge is if I only drew this dimension, you can see that the placement of the text would interfere with the next dimension. So instead of doing that, I'll delete it and I'll use again the continue dimension tool on the left hand side, drag the cursor out and click to place, and Now the dimension is fit into that space. The next set of dimensions we'll do is for the internal walls. So we can draw another linear dimension from the inside corner to the inside wall. So click on each one of those corners, click to place the dimension, select the dimension, hover over the grip point and select continue dimension. You can use either the end points or the midpoints of these walls to place your dimensions at. Click every time and just keep on moving your cursor to the right hand side. And the last one I'll do is indicating the width of the external wall or the thickness. And now I'll do it on this side. On the left hand side, I'll click on continue dimension and click the end point. And you've completed the dimensions at the top. I challenge you to try and complete the rest of the dimensions on your own on the left hand side and the bottom and the right hand side. Please let me know if you enjoyed this tutorial. Would you like to see more tutorials like this? And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and please remember to subscribe to this channel. It would be great to have new viewers along for the ride. Thank you and goodbye.